Before I get started with this article and this story, let me give a shout out to Professor Black Truth on Twitter because this is how I found out about it. Now, this story has a little bit more meaning and life to it than just what you see in the picture before you, but it's definitely going to make you someone who's very proud when you actually hear what's going on. So in this picture are a father and daughter. His name is Eric Jordan and her name is Jade Jordan. And as you can see, they are armed with their power tools. Always have your power tools. Always be ready. Or always stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Excuse me. Shameless plug advertisement via PBT. So they have their power tools. And they were protecting anti-Rittenhouse protesters, basically people who were against Kyle Rittenhouse during, what happened in the trial and whatnot. And they made sure to make them a focal point because they ended up writing an entire article about them, and probably a couple of different articles was writing stuff about them because, like I say, whenever black people are armed with their power tools, they have to make it some big spectacle. Because, they're so used to always seeing PC with theirs, but when black people have theirs, not only does it seem like it's a new phenomenon, but they have to make a big deal out of it too. And it's like, what? They're armed American citizens. They're practicing their Second Amendment right while they're making a big deal out of it. So I'm about to go ahead and read this article coming from the New York Post. This is armed father-daughter duo march alongside anti-Rittenhouse protesters to protect them. The article was posted on November 21st, 2021, coming out of Kenosha, Wisconsin. Protesters upset of the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse marched in Kenosha on Sunday in the presence of a Second Amendment supporting father-daughter duo armed with AR-15s that they said were to protect the demonstrators. We just do security for different groups. We're doing a favor for them, Eric Jordan, age 50, told the Post while walking alongside his 16-year-old daughter, Jade. Now, notice her age. She's 16. So she's only a couple years younger than Rittenhouse. And she is practicing her Second Amendment right, as is he, to defend themselves. But in this case, they're defending those group of people right there. And they said they do this for various different groups. So it's not like this is a one-off thing that they decided to do because it was this trial or this situation. They said they've done this for other groups. So they're not new to this. Jordan said he'd been training Jade to use power tools since she was about 4, but only let her touch a weapon once she was 14. He said they were protecting a restaurant and 2 parking lots in the area of the night Rittenhouse shot 3 people, including 2 fatally amid protests over police conduct. So they were out there that night, and notice that they didn't shoot and kill nobody. And they're from the area. Like, they didn't have to cross state lines to do it. Notice stuff really didn't pop off like that until Rittenhouse started popping off on people because he wanted to be a Billy Badass. Rittenhouse claimed he fired in self-defense, although I probably wouldn't have fired my weapon, Jade said. Her father said of the verdict, it is what it is. The jury did their job, and this is America, he said. And he probably said that so nonchalantly, too. The Jordans said they had been invited by march organizers to protect participants who numbered about 75 in total. Listen to that. They were invited. They were invited to come and do this. Did Rittenhouse get an invitation to come and so-called protect that area last year? Because I don't remember him getting invited. Even cops and military has to get an invite from government officials of the city to come down there and do patrolling. Even though it's going to be kind of standard anyway for the cops to do it. But when it comes to like military personnel, they got to get a special invitation. Rittenhouse is neither of those entities. He and his ratchet, I can't believe that woman is actually 38. Like a slight shift in gears. Can y'all believe that she's 38? I'm looking at her picture. I said, that is the most haggard 38 I have ever seen. Okay, let me get back and shift gears into what I was talking about. But he wasn't invited. She wasn't invited. They just took themselves across state lines and decided to go down there because they saw BLM. And that was like, yes, that's my perfect opportunity to strike. And strike, he did. He just struck the wrong people. But he still got off as if he struck the right people, I'm just saying. Demonstrators carried signs with messages such as the whole system is guilty and cops and fascists give license to kill in the USA. The Reverend Jackson has been expected to attend the march but did not make it. I think it's because I want to say that he's one of those pastors that's down there in Georgia with the Ahmaud Arbery case, which, by the way, they're having their closing arguments right now, and I'm making this video like in advance, and I'm saying I don't know what the verdict is going to be by the time this video goes up, but we shall see. But I applaud these two, and it's even more dope that they are a father-daughter duo. Like, these aren't just two random people that, you know, like that are friends or whatever the case may be. This is a family thing, and this is something that they have been doing for quite some time. This is not new. They said they've helped with other groups in the past whenever something was happening, and they would go and they would defend them and protect them. And notice that not once have I heard that they had to use their weapons. But Rittenhouse did. Even, and it's even the daughter, this man's daughter said, I would not have used my weapon like how Rittenhouse used his. So even she knows. But like I said, Rittenhouse just wanted to be a badass that day. And that's exactly what he became. And America is eating it up as we speak. But shout out to these two right here. And let this serve as a lesson, as an imagery lesson to all black people out there, no matter what your age. You have the right to defend yourself. You have a right to utilize the Second Amendment. It may not feel like it, but you have the right to do so. Despite the loopholes that they put in there when it comes to black people in particular, but you have the right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. This is probably a very positive video right here. Loving it. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.